What's up? It's Kevin Carnage, and I'm back with episode 2 of What If Team 7 Got Sent Back to the Past. Quick recap. So, Bartos gave them the time turtle. They came back in their 3-year-old bodies, and throughout the years, they became known as the Prodigy Tree, till to the point where they graduated the academy, and they're still placed in Team 7, doing that, being that they have good chemistry. Now, enough of that. Oh, last thing, so Kakashi is very surprised that these 12-year-old kids could do the body flicker. Anyway, so let's get straight into it. So, for the next 3 months, we'll say, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura do their D-rank missions without complaining and stuff, but they were still chosen by Hiruzen to do the C-rank mission, which would turn into a B-rank mission, which will end up to be an A-rank mission. They noticed, but one thing they're planning on doing now is stopping Zabuza and Haku from dying. Why? Because I want to. And being that this is not exactly, it's similar to their timeline, but it's not exactly their timeline. This is the problem with time travel. It's basically not exactly as it was. It's like what happened to Trunks in Dragon Balls. He went into the past, but there was fundamentally difference between the both worlds, I guess. So the difference is here. Nah, I gotta keep an eye on the guy. Anyway, so they still have to take Tazuna to the land of Wave. So the Wave arc continues. They know the Demon Brother is going to attack, so they left this in the hands of Sakura, which Sakura took care with, how you could say, the grace of a ballerina. She whooped that ass. What I mean to say, as soon as they appeared out to the water, out of the puddle, she knows that their weapon is coated in poison. She then just, vanish like in front of them in a blink of an eye, and appear in the back of both of them and hit them in the back of their heads. Easy fight, I know, but come on. They had 5 years to train, and they knew stuff from the future, so it's not like they could use the techniques, but they know it. So they use the training they know already to proceed with them being prodigies now. Kakashi doesn't say that part with let's turn back or even interrogate Tazuna about what's happening or stuff like that. All they know that Gato is a thing. So, and the three of them know this story already, and so they don't mind. They just wanted to, Sakura wanted to beat up on someone, let's say this, because they were supposed to go on a date. Even though they're in the past, they're still married to Sakura. That's what she thinks, and she wants a little attention from Sasuke. Oh, mind you, before we continue, in the last part we said the Uchihas are not massacred, and Danzo, being the bitch he is, still tried something, and it wasn't Naruto who went this time, it was Sasuke, because then Danzo started abducting Uchiha children from the place, and they're wondering what's going on. But this is not what happened in the timeline, so they're bound to have a little issue. So yeah, there we go. And Sasuke then proceeded to eliminate Danzo from the face of existence with extreme prejudice. I mean, he used the lightning, the Shishidori in the face. He just, straight face shot Danzo with a Shidori. Because he's stealing kids because he can't get the fucking chance to kill out the Uchihas and take their eye to put it in that gross arm of his. Anyway, so that happened. Now we're back to the wave arc where it was just a slight flashback. Let me say that first. Now we head back to the land of wave arc where Zabuza makes his big entrance, covering the place with mist and flinging his sword like a boomerang, then dramatically landed on it as if he was fucking Grace. But anyway, this is where Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura would just stand back and secure Tazuna, make sure that Danzo doesn't get to him and slice him in half with the executioner blade, which looks pretty sharp. And what's Naruto's thinking? He doesn't remember it being that sharp before. But anyway, Kakashi then got trapped in the water prison jutsus again with Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto playing rock paper scissors and who as to who is going to fight Zabuza, which Tazuna is now really concerned of the sanity of these kids because he knows the reputation of Zabuza. He knows he's heard many of stories about the fucking ninja of the seven Miss Ninja, I think. But anyway, and Zabuza made a name for himself, so he knows. And for him to watch these three 12-year-old kids playing rock, paper, scissors as to which one of them are going to fight Zabuza is a little alarming to Tazuna. Also, Kakashi was in view of this as well, and he thought that they probably just lost their composure under pressure. But Sasuke with his Sharingan and other what's that again? The Renegan. Yeah, because then he brought this with him from the future. They just have a seal over it that it looks like if he activated the Sharingan, which at this moment it shows that he only has one Tomoe activated, but he has beyond the Mangekyo. So yeah, and so Sasuke won the rock paper scissors, and Naruto proceeded to tell him not to kill him, and then nodded to Sakura as to the next plan. Flashback. About 2 days before the mission, so Sakura, Sasuke are inside Naruto's house, which he is now almost close to the Uchiha compound, and they're discussing what to do for the future. So Naruto he remembered that right around, again, 2 days from now, they're going on a mission to the land of Wave. and stuff. Because they already got the debrief about the mission and stuff. I'm not sure. So 3 days and 2 days later, they're discussing it. I think I probably confused y'all already, but anyway, let's just continue and stuff. So Naruto then come up with this idea that how he remembers fighting Zabuza, and at that time Zabuza was a very strong combatant. To be exact, he even trapped Kakashi for a minute, and if it wasn't for Naruto and Sasuke, Kakashi would have probably died. So Naruto is proposing that they try to recruit Zabuza into the hidden leaf and stuff. So, the third Hokage, no one knows about them. They just think they're really intelligent kids. And Naruto doesn't pull any stupid pranks. So there's a lot of things that changed here, including the greeting with Hinata. He whooped them kids' ass, then felt guilty because then he was like 39, and these kids were like 4 actually, and he just beat up some 4-year-olds. And anyway, so they Sasuke and Sakura both agreed, and Naruto then tell them that when it comes to the fight, we'll play rock, paper, scissors. They could have done it right there, but then Sakura interrupted them and said, "So what about Haku?" And they forgot to play the game, so they played it in the future, because right now we're in the past. Anyway, I know it's confusing, right? Anyway, so Naruto says to Sakura that he's going to leave. What's her name again? Haku. He's going to leave Haku to Sakura and try not to kill Haku. I so want to make Haku a girl, but we have to leave it as close to canon as possible, so the story works. And anyway, so back into the present time, Sasuke then get ready his kunai and some shuriken. As he threw the shuriken, he ran and did some handstand and shouted shadow shuriken jutsu, and a bunch more shuriken appears while he's running at the same time with the shuriken being that fast. He then clashes with Zabuza while Zabuza is still dodging a few of the throwing stars, shuriken, or whatever you call those things. And Sasuke at the same time, with Sasuke giving him a little bit of trouble, he was then forced to release his hand from the water prison jutsu, with Sasuke not giving him a chance to recover. And he knows that Kakashi has a Sharingan, so that there was no need. He then immediately knocked out Zabuza, so there isn't a big commotion about the situation. He just, after going through a taijutsu battle, summoning a shadow clone, then, appearing behind Zabuza and hit the same spot that Haku is going to hit, and momentarily killed Zabuza. Now back with what's happening with Sakura. Sakura then finally found Haku sitting in a tree, absorbing everything, and Sakura decided to startle him as he then jumped from the tree down to the ground and threw a few senbon at Sakura's direction, but this was just after image because my girl's fast. My girl's real fast. She has all the teaching of Lady Tsunade with her, so of course she's a fucking top notch medical ninjutsu, only being 12. Ninja, not ninjutsu, only being 12 years old. So that happens in, they captured Haku and Zabuza. Oh, yeah, she does the same thing to Haku because they remembered, and now they take the two of them to Tazuna's place, with Kakashi not being tired but very, very curious, or to be honest, very suspicious that these three kids are as strong as this. So he then called a small meeting with just Team 7 by itself with no one around, as he then put up did some hand sign in a flash, a bubble like jutsu surround him. This means that anything said cannot be heard from outside. So Kakashi then proceeded to ask, are you really Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura? Because you seem like different people to me and stuff. So Sasuke looks at Naruto as well as Sakura. She looked at Naruto, and Naruto says to himself, it's better to tell him. And by the way, he is our sensei, so they told some Kakashi what's happening and stuff like that. So they reached to where they built the bridge, and Gato showed up personally, seeing that because Zabuza and Haku hasn't returned for a while now, and he's happy because then he doesn't have to pay them and stuff, and they said that they're here to kill Tazuna and stuff like that. As they were about to do so, in comes the executioner blade, slicing down a lot of them. I mean, when I say a lot of them, a lot of yes, he got converted with Naruto doing his signature move, the Takano Jutsu. So they proceeded to massacre every one of Gato's men, alongside with Gato, where they left the villagers to, do their thing. Anyway, so they stoned Gato to death. They stoned him to death for God, nigga, he deserved that as well. I didn't know why they just killed him that easily. Yeah, they took him, gave him to the fucking Wave Village people, and they stoned him till they couldn't stone them anymore. And the bridge was finally constructed happily, and it's not named the Great Naruto Bridge, it's named the Great Team 7 Bridge. Yes. Ray and Haku and Zabuza are now going back to the Hidden Leaf thanks to Naruto, and Naruto asks Kakashi to give the Hokage a good recommendation for the two of them. As they arrive back to the Hidden Leaf, Kakashi went and debriefed the third Hokage, Saratobi, and then brought both of them as they went to the Hokage and asked for asylum, which the Hokage granted because of the recommendation given to him by Kakashi. Um, but somehow these are Zabuza and Haku are relatively loyal to Team 7, thanks to Team 7, Sakura healing Zabuza's wound and Naruto accepting the logic that Haku goes by. And also, when Naruto did his Taku no Jutsu, he also told him to look deep inside, and Zabuza finally figured out that he loves Haku like a son. So all that BS he was pulling off, like in canon, he didn't do. He actually accepted. He cried in Zabuza, Haku's arms and stuff. So now Haku and Zabuza are now citizen and ninja of the Hidden Leaf, but secretly secret agent for Team 7, which is Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke. Their task is to, acquire people that has been placed on the list that Naruto remembered that has high, you know, capability of being good and defending the village. So their job is to go out beside the jobs that the Hokage gives them and seek out a few people. Uh, for one, there he wanted to. The first mission is to look for Orochimaru's base and alert Naruto when he finds the base. So this will take them a while because then even Saratobi doesn't know where fucking the base is near Hiruzen. Yeah, Saratobi, Hiruzen, near fucking no one can find Orochimaru's base, but thanks to the memory that Naruto had, he could slightly remember where it was, and he pointed out to what he kind of remembered, or if it's really there. So, they're doing that alongside doing a mission, going to the land of lightning to deliver a message to the Raikage, I think. Yeah, the Raikage. Anyway, for the tuning exam, right? Yeah, that. Anyway, so a few weeks go by of them doing again D rank missions and basically training themselves to master the technique they already had in the future, which technically is a future that doesn't exist anymore. And they're now in an alternate future where I could have made Haku a girl, but being a good sport, I leaving him as a dude. And this story is so gonna hurt my heart every time I call Haku him, he, or that dude. But anyway, so boom, boom, boom. Now, what would be fairly different here? Naruto would be the one to approach Hinata, seeing that she was in the bushes while he was training, spying on him, as he then left the shadow clone to do what he was doing, and he approached her from the back. Get your mind out of the gutter, y'all nasty. Ooh. As he approached her from the back and he asked, what is she looking at? And she got a little scared and a little flustered and a little embarrassed as she looked upon the man she loves. She doesn't know that she loves him. She just knows that she has a feeling inside. And Naruto then proceeded to ask her if she wants to train with him, and she agrees. And before that, Hinata had this lady servant that follows her around. Before Naruto went and hollered at Hinata. You know what? I'll probably just leave this for next time. Um, this is Kevin Carnage, and I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.